although he's playing 3 for Talking Tech, sabi niya, any position where he can contribute to a victory, he will do. And his favorite players, of course, LeBron James, because he's that kind of player. He can play 2, 3, 4. Pwede pa nga mga 5 eh.
Now this ball game is underway as Tony Mitchell takes the first field goal attempt of the contest for Alaska. Baguio, Casio, Wendell McInnes, Sonny Toz, and Tony De La Cruz. Baguio is in motion. Baguio skies and misses. Sonny Toz gets the offensive rebound, and that will be a foul against Larry Fonacher.
Coach Norman Black, very unhappy with that last play. Unang-una, nakapag-penetrate sa loob ang Alaska. They took a shot, hindi lang pumasok. Plus, nakakuha ng second chance opportunity si Sonny Toz despite the fact that malalaking nasa loob para sa Talking Text.
Oh, there's an official's timeout here. Okay, sige. We have a scoreboard issue here which needs to be addressed. In the meantime, while they're fixing the scoreboard, let's go to the Dean's List.
This is just a space failure lang itong Dean's List natin.
Sige, go!
Well, for Talking Text, I think it's appropriate to say that ang tema natin is Return of the Gilas. Kompleto na po sila, no? Yung 4 na Gilas players nila are all back. And I think the first thing is, it shouldn't be a one-man show. You've got Tony Mitchell, who's averaging 38 points a game. He did not have a single assist in their win against Global, but yet nakakuha sila ng 20 assists as a team. And it looks like the locals are adjusting very well to his style. They know that he's a shooter, so they set him up. And that's why the locals are getting their assists, and that's why this guy is scoring a lot of points. So I think that that understanding is doing very well for Talking Tech. Pangalawa, Raba Aloseni's ascendancy. I mean, this guy, Aloseni, is finally showing his potential and what he can do on the basketball floor. This guy had 6 points and 15 big rebounds in that Talking Text game against Global, and Coach Norman Black has motivated him, knows how to use him because they were together at Ateneo for many years. And finally, and you see Coach Norman Black, I think the thing is they need to put a man on Calvin Abueva because Abueva is the game changer ng Alaska. I think Alaska becomes very predictable if Calvin Abueva is not playing. And we saw that in the game against Meralco nung natalo ng Meralco ang Alaska. Abueva got into foul trouble. He couldn't play. Alaska became very predictable in its offense, and that's why Meralco was able to play solid defense against them. Natalo ang Alaska.
There's Calvin Abueva, who will come off the bench tonight. Sure, gusto niyang makabawi, no? Not because of his subpar numbers, but because they lost.
That's true. Game. Yeah. Well, he did have 9 points in that previous game, but yun ang masakit, no? And talking to Calvin, he's a guy who just wants to win. And sabi niya, no, say what you will about me, that I'm an individualistic type of player, but I'm finding my role in this team. And he's listening to Coach Luigi. He's listening to the veterans, and he looks for advice from Eddie Laure, Don Tiberos, yung mga veterano ng mga kakambingan. Well, talking about Alaska, let's go to the Dean's List for Alaska, as we still have problems here on technical.
Oh, okay. We'll get to your Alaska Dean's List after this short break.
Be going at each other once again, and that's what makes it even more interesting. Let's send you now back to the floor, Miko Halili and the Dean Kinito Henson for the call.
Thank you, Aaron and Richard, and thankfully we are back in business here.
Yes.
And then
intriga yung mga pinag-uusapan nila, ni Aaron at si Richard. J.B. Casio to replace Jimmy Alapag. Tapos lalaban sila dito.
Oh.
Intriga yun.
Maintrigero yung dalawa na yun. Mahekel nga. Anyway,
mayroon ma-suspend.
Baka maban ako. We were about to usher in the Dean's List for Alaska.
Yes, well, for Alaska, they have to overcome that hiccup. Yung hiccup nila when they lost to Meralco, McInnes has to be unchained. He has to find his position inside. And not only that, his teammates have to look for him and to make him get the touches so that he's back comfortable playing the way he should. And pangalawa, they need to go back on defense. Alaska was mauled in fast break points by Meralco 14-2, and they can't afford to be mauled in transition. by Talking Text. And finally, no predictability sa kanilang galaw on both ends.
Pocket Text, by the way, they are in their blue uniforms, and Alaska is in immaculate white as Larry misses that three. Ali Peak inside, yes.
Yung talagang kinatawan ni Ali Peak. And that's what he is there for. He'll get you the offensive rebounds, he'll get you the putbacks, and that's a formidable front line that Coach Norman Black has. Al Husseini had 15 rebounds the last game. Ali Peak underneath the boards. They should be able to control this guy, McInnes, and see what he can do.
And McInnes will take two here with that push from Ali Peak.
Sino mas may malaking katawan? Si McInnes o si Ali Peak? Mas malapad yata si Peak.
Kinito, you're asking the wrong person. For me, lahat nung nasa court, ang lalaki ng katawan niya.
Ito si Mike Tyson lookalike.
Mike Tyson lookalike?
Oo, kita mo yung hugis ng yan, biceps.
We had him as a guest last
hindi naman kayo na-intimidate.
Wednesday.
Mabait. Sabagay, nakausap ko na din si Dressing Room.
Mabait siya, and then he said that medyo nahihilig siya ngayon mag-shopping sa Green Hills. So lahat ng pasalubong niya galing Green Hills. Sabi ko, don't tell your friends. Baka alam nila kung ano yung Green Hills.
Loko, McInnes is
I like it there, Green Hills. It's great to shop there.
Well, if Mike Tyson look-alike is McInnes, ito naman si Tony Mitchell looking at him closely. He looks like Denzel Washington.
I do see it. I do see the resemblance. Ball goes out. And we'll go to Talking Text. We're at the 9:43 mark of the opening quarter. Mga Alaska 3-2. Ryan Reyes, yung hairstyle niya, after each game, it just becomes more 80s. 80s eh, no?
And, we were talking about unpredictability in the league. Parang ganun din yung hairstyle ni Ryan Reyes. Very unpredictable. By the way, in this game, neither Jason Castro nor Jimmy Alapag started for Talking Text. They're two crack point guards. It's Ryan Reyes who's bringing the floor down for Talking Text. So, ito yung sinasabi natin kanina. I think Coach Norman wants to pace them. Pace the Gilas players. Huwag naman kagad, no? They'll be playing a lot of minutes.
As Ali Peak connects, we totally understand. Norman wants to bring them in gradually. But this is not a long tournament.
Well,
I mean, you cannot take too long a time to get everyone on the same page.
I think that's why Norman Black is very good. He's a calculating guy. He knows what he's doing in pacing his players. Mahirap din maubos yung kanyang mga Gilas players, or maybe they're not ready to go 100%. I think he's looking at peaking at the right time. And here's JB Casio with a foul.
Foul is on 42, JV Casio.
First personal against JV, and I think 3 free throws here.
Well, that was a 3-point shot. Maganda sana kung makita natin, because that appears to be a favorite ploy now of 3-point shooters, that as soon as they get off their feet and make the shot or attempt the shot, if there is a defender who's close by, bigla silang babagsak eh.
Oh, wait, so 2 free throws lang. Check that.
2 free throws,
But, I wanted to comment on that as well. Don't you think it's becoming, well, a little rampant na lahat na lang ng 3-point shot? And we see this both in the PBA and in the college leagues na 3-point shooter goes up for a shot. Anyone with the hearing distance, and the shooter will exaggerate and will pretend na tatamaan siya, and then you end up with fouls on 3-point shots.
That's a flop.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's really a flop.
Don't you think that too many shooters are trying to do that?
Well, if the referees continue to take the bait, then they will continue to do it. Dapat ang challenge is for the referees not to make those calls.
To distinguish which is yung may contact talaga and which is yung wala namang contact.
I'm sure you're referring to that foul of Thomas Torres against Roy Sumang in that game of Gonzalo.
No, I was thinking of something else. No, kasi di ba, nung araw, Alan Kennedy was really good at doing that. Yung, di ba, yung bubukakan niya yung paa niya, and then it would clip the defender, and then tatawagan ng foul si defender. You'll have a four-point play. Now, just notice it this year, more and more shooters are doing it.
Actually, not extending the foot because the referees got wise to that. Usually, if you extend your foot,
So yun yung,
ang
that
tinatawagan
was the
yung
style
defensive
before.
player. Yes.
O yung style na ngayon, maglulupasay ka. Di ba?
Well, the referees got wise to that trick, yung kicking to actually initiate the contact and get the foul.
Meantime, great action. Ryan just looks hurt. He got hurt in that collision with, I think, Tony De La Cruz. And Ryan is down. He was holding on to his left ankle.
Let's hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah.
Remember, si Ryan Reyes would have been a shoe-in sa ating Gilas team. And he would have helped us immensely at the guard position because of his energy.
There's
his defense,
JV Palas. They were both trying to grab the loose ball.
He's holding on to his ankle, but doesn't look like a major. Yun.
Yeah, nataganan ni JV.
Just a big bump, a body bump on that ankle. I think it should be okay. I don't think it's anything serious.
We'll give you the lowdown on Ryan's positions as we can. Meantime, Alaska is ahead here, 11-7, with 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
What a pass coming from Sonny Toss, and I think that was a very well executed play. Off the triangle, a baseline drive there by Tony De La Cruz.
Missed by Mitchell.
Now what about this? J.D. Casio, the smallest man on the floor, getting the rebound.
Whoa! Ali Beat rejecting that slam attempt by McInnes, and a great defensive stop by Pocket Tex. Here's Mitchell.
Oh, what a slam dunk. This guy can sky. At alam natin, when he was in the D-League, he joined the All-Star Slam Dunk Contest and he won the championship. This guy can elevate.
Missed by JV, and Cyrus, the go! Basketball ends up with McInnes, and he will take 2.
And those are 3 attempts for Alaska. And for Coach Tom Black, that is a cause for concern. Ito makita natin, yung block galing kay Ali Pig. And then the try, that was a block shot. Ande, yung turnover kanina. And oh boy, what a slam dunk. So makita natin si Tony Mitchell when he goes skying, you can see that he's really enjoying himself.
Believes na pwede pang umangat ang Alaska sa standings. Meanwhile, I was talking to Ryan Reyes a while ago. He just experienced a minor sprain on his left ankle and will be back within the game. Let's turn it over to Miko and Kinito.
Good to know na minor sprain lang. He'll try his best to return.
Well, he didn't even twist it.
Nataganan lang ni JV.
And what about those offensive rebounds ng Alaska? They've got 5 in this game and 2 for Talk and Text. Meron palang dahilan kung bakit maraming malalaki sa loob ang Talk and Text, because Alaska is a good rebounding team.
We also have an import who operates well inside.
Yes.
Cyrus misses. That's another offensive rebound for the Aces.
And McInnes kept that ball alive. Yeah, he is really an exclusive inside operator.
Fall away, Cyrus no go, and Ali Pig almost securing a rebound and ends up with Pocket Text anyway.
Oh, what a block shot from behind
by Tony De La Cruz.
It would have been a sure 2 points para sa Talk and Text.
Well, Tony Mitchell was already bobbling the basketball, but still, great defensive effort nonetheless by Tony De La Cruz.
The transition defense was really good by Alaska that time.
And the loose ball picked up here by J.D. Casio. Aces up by 3 as we near the 5-minute mark of the opening period. Shot clock reads 13. The ball is tapped out by Ronaldel De Ocampo, who came in for Rabah Luceni. Head to shoot. Sonny has the ball. Hand off. JV firing away. And boxing out by Talk and Text.
And you can see that Talk and Text binibil sa laro.
Here's Castro. On the move. Kicks it out. Ranadel in and out.
Alaska is not going to play that game, big run and gun game. They're last place in the league in fast break points. They like to play the deliberate half-court set. And why not? They've got a guy like McInnes who operates very well inside the fifth of the rack. He's relentless underneath the boards. Di lang nila makuha yung basket.
Castro for the share. Got it. Oh! I think calling the offensive foul.
Offensive foul number 12, Larry Butterchuk.
Indeed, it was an offensive foul against Larry, and that's his second personal. Let's see what happened.
That's the second foul.
Well, he extended that arm and he was called for that foul. Look at that right there. Tama yung tawag. Calvin Cueva is now in the game. No, not yet.
Great battle at the post here. Sonny toss against Ranidel de Ocampo. Gichin against Ranidel.
Foul is on 33 right now. Substitutions. Gabby Espinas with Sonny Toss. Jimmy Alapa.
Gabby Espinas is coming in. Jimmy Alapa is now part of this ball game.
Coach Tombra Black now fielding both Castro and Alapag together.
Sean Anthony also part of the unit here for talk and text.
Foul is on 3, Jimmy Alapa. His first foul.
Meantime, that's the first personal against Jimmy.
JV Casio.
And JV Casio, who really idolizes Jimmy, is on the line. JV was actually here inside the Mall of Asia Arena during that Gilas versus Korea game and was cheering just like everyone else as we bring you our Prestone Brake Fluid for superior braking action and safety. Prestone Brake Fluid, siguradong nasa mabuting kamay. That's our Prestone defensive stop of the game.
You saw McInnes getting blocked by Ali T. I think it's easier to defend McInnes is facing up to the basket. When he's posting up back to the basket, it's a little more difficult to stop him from scoring.
Sean Anthony to Jimmy. Jimmy to Anthony. And he will miss. Rebound for Ranidel. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell for three.
At hindi pumasok.
Can't get the bounce, but Ranidel misses the layup.
But a lot of opportunities for talk and text. And if you're Coach Norman Black, you're happy with that. Even if he didn't get the basket, nakikita niya yung effort to get second chance opportunities.
Here's McInnes.
And again, McInnes starting his attack from the outside. He had to stop his dribble. He's not good attacking from the outside.
Shot clock winding down. And then Tony De La Cruz gets the putback. That will open up an Alaska 6-point lead. Here's Jimmy. Castro. Shot clock down to 8. Mitchell wants the ball against Tony De La Cruz. Shot clock down to 4. Separation. Basket.
Nice shot for Mitchell again. You saw the way the locals looked for Mitchell. And yun na sinasabi natin kanina, no? Sometimes you have to recognize what does your import bring on the table. This guy is a terrific one-on-one player. They're looking for...
Calvin was not so menacing against the Meralco Bolts. 2 out of 9 from the field. 5 errors as well. There are days that, this happens kay Calvin, and Calvin, of course, counting on a much better ball game tonight as he is in the game for the first time, along with RJ Azul, McInnes, Baguio, and Espinas.
Well, he only played 22 minutes in that game. He was in foul trouble. At nawala yung kanyang rhythm because of that. Early foul trouble, and he was moving in and out of the floor. Hindi siya nakakuha ng kanyang flow.
Sean Anthony connects, and he was fouled by Wendell McInnes on the way to the hoop.
Well, nakita natin another facet of the game of Tony Mitchell. Nabanggit nga natin kanina, he didn't have a single assist last time out. But now, look at that pass. He drove strong to the basket, drew the defense, at nakita niya, wide open. Si Sean Anthony dumped the pass. He'll get the assist. Anthony will get the basket.
But he fails to convert on the bonus free throw. So Alaska holds on to a 2-point lead with under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. It's import against import at the post. McInnes, double team.
Oh,
Still
yes.
scores.
What body control. And that's pure strength on the part of McInnes.
The second foul. Oh, the free throw for Wendell McInnes.
Palagay ko, he's got that loss in his mind in this game. Yung natalong Alaska by Meralco, where he scored only 13 points. Right now, he already has 9.
I suppose Alaska is banking on both McInnes and Abueva to have bounce-back games tonight.
Well, Abueva is an import stopper. And ito, kita natin, no, nung si Mitchell drove and dished. I think Coach Luigi Trillo wants to make sure that he's not going to get that kind of opportunity again.
14 seconds to shoot.
While Alaska will want Mitchell to be a passer instead of a scorer, I think it's important also that they cover kung sino yung ma-open at mahahanap ni Mitchell if he's looking to pass instead of score.
Here's Azul. RJ Azul. No. Sean Anthony clears the rebound. Talking Tech still down by 5 points.
On that interior defense of Talking Tex that time. Small guy. You know, if you're a small guy and you're up against tall interior defenders, you look to pass. You don't look to score.
Mitchell for 3. And that ball tapped out by Gabby Espinas. It will stay with Talking Tex. Baba Hussein is back in the ball game. And Aban comes in for the first time, replacing Ranadel De Ocampo. Mitchell also will sit down and get a breather with only 52 seconds remaining in the first period.
At yung sinabi ko kanina, if you're a small guy, if you're up against tall interior defenders, you look to pass and score. Exception does in this case.
With Jason, it doesn't matter. You're small, you're big. He's going to be faster than you anyway.
Oh yeah, sa FIBA Asia, yan talagang pinakita. How a small man can challenge the big guys and still get away with it.
Meantime, Sean Anthony has been very productive since entering this game off the bench.
I think he had a very good start in this conference. And I think that brought his confidence level up. Hindi kasi naglaro yung mga Gilas players at the beginning. So he was a main guy in terms of points. Anthony now called for the foul.
Those 2 games he scored 20 plus points.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 free throws for Gabby Espinas.
2 free throws for Gabby Espinas. I think Sean Anthony's, he's smart enough to know that when the Gilas boys return, they have returned, he's not going to expect to get, that many opportunities to score 20 plus points. You have Larry, you have Jason, you have Jimmy, you have Ranidel, and he understands his original purpose on this team.
That's true. And when they weren't playing, the Gilas boys, he averaged 22 points for Talking Tex. And since then, he's averaging 5.5 nung nakabalik na yung mga Gilas boys. But for Sean Anthony, he's not a guy who's going to look for his points. He's just happy to be able to contribute to a winning team.
Anthony, shot clock down to 8. Time winding down in the opening quarter. Rabah Al-Husseini comes up short. And the Beast has the basketball. Alaska on top by 3. The Aces can write the last sentence of the opening chapter. Abueva finds Sunny. Sunny, no. And that ends the opening quarter with the Aces on top, 19-16. Both teams looking for win number 3 here in the PBA Governors Cup. They both are at 2-2. Aces trying to bounce back from Welcome to the second quarter. Alaska versus Talking Tex. Miko Halili with El Dicano, Senor Quinito Henson, and Sel Guevara is the courtside reporter tonight as Dondon Ontiveros goes up and under, and Sunny with a rebound and a bucket.
More second chance opportunities for Alaska that time. Talking Tex wants to pack the paint defensively.
Why? Why do they want to do that?
I think they're aware that Alaska is a very good offensive rebounding team, they want to take that advantage away, pero in that situation, hindi nga sila nakakuha ng defensive rebound.
Sean Anthony for 3, and he is fouled taking a 3-point shot.
You know, we were talking about Alaska being a good offensive rebounding. They're number 1 sa liga natin in terms of second chance points. Kaya naman na si Coach Norman Black alalang-alala, which is the reason why he started his game with a lot of big guys and still continuing to use big guys inside the game. And si Coach Norman Black, the architect of the Ateneo 5-peat in the UAAP. I said that for your benefit, my friend.
Everyone knows that. You don't have to remind me.
It's always good to give credit where it's due.
Careful, it might here's Azul.
You know, it's nice that we can talk about it and laugh about it. Not because think of the past thing. Oh, nice move again.
No speaker.
And inside.
That's the stinging word.
Well, Yavi Espinas finding that gap inside the shaded area.
Meantime, here's Jimmy, and he finds Aaron Aban. Aban from the corner. That's his shot.
Nice execution that time. He does have that outside shot.
Don. Has to shoot from Alaska, and some hand-to-hand combat here between Abueva and Aaron Aban.
And Abueva finally extricating his arm out of that arm lock.
Okay, let's go to Sel Guevara.
In the bench of Alaska, Coach Luigi Trillo was giving words of encouragement while making plays for the team dahil ang objective na niya, ang sabi niya, is to fix themselves and not worry kung sino ang kalaban at kahit pagod sila in the past few games, sabi niya it's not an excuse to perform poorly. Nico?
Thank you, Sel. And here's the pass inside to Aluseni. Almost a turnover. The ball will stay with the talk and text with 11 on the shot clock.
Still all locals on the floor here. Both imports are sitting down.
Raba lost his balance.
Could be a 3-second.
Aban.
I think Aban realizing that could have been a 3-second violation against Raba, kanya shinutin na kaagad. Good decision on his part.
Here's Azul. And now Espinas trying to shoot. We're tied at 23. Espinas with nowhere to go, but somehow scored.
Right now, Alaska has the edge in size. They've got a lot of big guys, a lot of local bigs on the floor. Espinas, Calvin, and Sunny Toss. And they're getting their way inside the paint.
So many inside operators here for the Aces. Espinas, Sunny, Calvin can also be considered one. Their import, of course, Wendell McInnes.
There's an offensive foul. Malaking bagay si Calvin Abueva dito sa Alaska. Nasabi nga natin kanina, Miko, because nagbabago ang laro ng Alaska. They become a team that is unpredictable when a guy as unpredictable as Abueva is on the floor. I mean, he can run the break. And Alaska is not a team that likes to run the break. He plays excellent defense. He can penetrate. He can dish. And he's a dervish inside the court.
Shot clock down to 4, and Al Husseini will score.
Nice pick and roll that time. And Al Husseini making good use of his height, and plus, he's got moves. I mean, he can set the pick, tapos bigla siya atake sa loob on that roll. Hard to stop him. You don't trap the pick and roll.
Meantime, Azul has the ball here. Shot clock down to 3. Lucky break here for the Aces. They're running out of time. At si Larry, hinawakan niya yung uniform ni RJ Azul. So, that shot clock will be reset to 14. Shot clock down to 5.
traveling
Yeah, good call.
violation.
Espinas moved his pivot foot.
Trying to take advantage of that mismatch. Espinas posting up against Sean Anthony. Naka 4 points sila in that play. There's a lot of bumping now between Abueva and Mitchell. And they will call a foul on Abueva.
Second foul on Abueva. I think it's impossible to have back-to-back volatile games in Wednesday, and then parang imposible, Probably won't happen, even if it involves Calvin.
I don't know.
Or an emotional imper like Tony Mitchell. Baka hindi na siguro kanito. It's Rapa.
They run the pick and roll again.
Good move. And he scores. That gives Talk and Text a 2-point lead, 27-25 as we enter this timeout. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, and Talk and Text now ahead 27-25 as we bring you our Kawasaki Rousing Fast Break, brought to you by Rouser 135 by Kawasaki. Rouse the rider in you. As we bring in Miss Cel Guevara.
Tony Mitchell feels responsible as he is considered a do-it-all guy, but with all the locals present in Talk and Text, dumagdag lalo ang kanyang kumpiyansa, and although gusto man niyang pumuntos pa, well, he also wants to feel more of that team effort in Talk and Text.
A 3-point shot. Ito yung sinasabi natin. In the first few games of McKinney, he never showed anything from the outside. But looking at his stats, this guy can hit it from the outside. There it was. That's his first 3-pointer in the PBA.
Tony Mitchell answered back with his own 3-point shot.
Samagot ka agad. Sabi siguro yung Tony Mitchell, sadali, akong hari ng 3-pointers dito. Import for that matchup.
Here's Don. Shot clock down to 7. McKinnis makes a move. Wendell with a strong move. Couldn't finish. And here comes Mitchell. Abueva is down. But he's okay. And Tony Mitchell will score.
That's the problem. In a situation like that, Abueva trying to get the referee to make a call. He was down, clutching onto his groin. As a result, kanyang dinidepensahan si Tony Mitchell. Walang kalaban. Remember, Abueva is the import defender. Mitchell getting the 2 points. And the 3-point play, he gets an extra shot. May lane violation.
Yeah, there is a lane violation. I think si Calvin tumawid ata sa harap ni Tony Mitchell.
He's not going to miss 2 in a row. One of the high points of Tony Mitchell's college, or rather, D-League career in the NBA, NBA D-League, kinikwento sa akin, was when he scored 47 points, had 12 rebounds and 5 assists when he led his team Fort Wayne. That's 2 points and 3-point play. Mitchell trying to draw contact. No call. And we were just talking about Mitchell when he scored those 47 points to lead Fort Wayne to victory over the Austin Toros. A triple overtime victory.
Man on the line is Wendell McKinnis.
Now he has already surpassed his 13 points in the previous game. Already has 15 points.
However, Talk and Text still ahead here, 33-31 as we near the halfway mark. The second quarter, and Tony Mitchell brushes aside Calvin Abueva, gets open, got the pass, slammed it home.
Again, a situation where Calvin Abueva trying to draw the contact, hindi tumawag, hindi pumito ang referee. Bumagsak si Calvin Abueva. And that's the danger. If you try to go the referee to make a call tapos hindi tatawag, babagsak ka, mawawala ang dinidepensahan mo. And that time, walang recovery on the part of Alaska. Maganda pa daw ulit siguro ulit yun. Slam dunk.
faster. We'll see that in a bit. As we say hello to our radio partners, 90.7 Love Radio, 101.1 Yes FM, 96.3 Easy Rock, and DZSR 918 Sports Radio. Of course, Commissioner Attorney Chito Salud and Mr. Willie Marshall watching the proceedings here. And JB goes to Calvin. Pero pinakita natin kanina, Jolly Escobar and Eric Reyes handling our radio broadcast. As Wendell McInnes is fouled while taking a three-point shot.
Not a good foul there. I'm sure Coach Norma Black is going to say something there to Aaron Aban. Napakagat ni McInnes si Aban. It's a three-point attempt. Rest back ito para kay McInnes, ha? He came to play tonight. 16 points already.
It's hard for an import to have success, bad games in succession. Ticket ang katapat mo. Ticket pa uwi. We've crossed the halfway mark of the second quarter, and here's Mitchell, still matched up against Calvin, but now there's a switch. It's import against import now. Mitchell against McInnes. Mitchell, tough shot. Calvin with a rebound. Forward pass. Alley-oop! Yes, sir!
McInnes flying high for that. He's got 19 points in this game.
And Mitchell scores.
And Tony Mitchell, pinagsasabihan si Calvin Abueva, you can't guard me. Ano kaya sinabi? Parang,
Boy, he's chatting with Calvin.
oh. They're exchanging sweet nothing.
Here's Abueva. And he won't score. He's fighting to get the ball. And Ramba gets it. He's going to command to see Tony Mitchell. Meantime, here's Aban. Aban pulling up. And that's no good. Ranidel.
And that's a foul. I think Ranidel pushed off.
Yeah, he pushed on the...
Action is very physical ngayon. Pag nandun si Calvin, talagang physical ang laro. Physical kung depensa, especially since he's matched up against Tony Mitchell.
Here's McInnes. Dondon Ontiveros. Yes, sir!
Good recognition by McInnes.
And the lead swings back to Alaska, 38-37. Back in a moment.
Ready with your game face? Fight oil with Master Oil Control Max Facial Wash with Zero Oil that helps control oil for up to 8 hours so you can put your game face on. Master Oil Control Max Facial Wash.
Okay mga kaibigan, balik tayo dito sa MOA Arena. And Alaska just getting back the lead, 38-37. Panoodin po natin some highlights of this game so far. Si Dondon Ontiveros, katitira na ng 3-pointer. Getting back the lead. Tony Mitchell, nagwawala dito sa ating second quarter. Ganun din si McInnes. You look at their matchup, 16 points for Mitchell, 19 for McInnes. Pareho sila isa 6 rebounds, isa 5. Okay. Pocket text now, may tanga ng bola. Kanina nagpasa na si Mitchell. That time, he passed it off to Sean Anthony na hindi pumasok ng tira niya galing sa labas. JB Casio, hindi pa nagpapakita rito halos. He's only got 1 point in this game. Nice drive from the baseline galing kay Dondon Ontiveros. 5 straight points coming from Don Don, all in this quarter.
So under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Tony Mitchell over Abueva, and Mitchell connects. And they're still chatting with each other.
Yeah, that's the way to beat a zone defense. Tony Mitchell, 19 points now, matching the total ni McKinnis.
They're all tied up at 40. And here's Casio over to Espinas.
Oh, yes. What a nice handoff. Again, si Espinas, playing decoy. Kanina maganda ang pinapakita niya of the post move. Hinanap niya yung kanyang import. Espinas, by the way, playing 5 here with McKinnis playing the 4 position.
Oh, Mitchell scores again.
Ito, nag-iinit na.
He's taking some tough shots.
Oh, yeah.
He's making them.
Yeah. Under duress. Well, this guy can score. He's averaging 38 points in his league. Abueva, back there.
And the ball goes back to the Aces with 2.5 remaining in the second period. McKinnis inside, and he scores with a bonus free throw.
But McKinnis, he's giving Alaska now both inside and outside points. Looking for the high percentage shot. Not only that, nakakuha siya ng foul from Tony Mitchell. If you're an import, that's what you want to do. Attack the opposing import, getting into foul trouble. Although Mitchell, iisa lang ang kanyang foul dito, but he needs to be challenged in defense. Ganun din na dapat gawin ni Mitchell. Ang problema, si McKinnis hindi dumidepensa kay Mitchell, and it's Calvin Abueva.
Castro all the way.
Oh, what a nice shot. That's his first field goal sa laro, but Jason Castro, he kept on making that kind of shot during the PBA Asian Championship against much bigger defenders.
Espinas lost it, and then Calvin jumped from the outside to grab the ball, which is not allowed. Ali Peak back in the ball game. Raba will go back to the bench. Jimmy back in the game, kasama si Sean Anthony, Ali Peak, Jason Castro, and Tony Mitchell. Mitchell, by the way, with 21 points so far. Finds Jimmy, goes back to Mitchell. Mitchell against Ontiveros. Mitchell forces one up. Rebound ends up with Cyrus. Cyrus Baguio here, slowing things down. Gordon is open.
Now this quarter has been high scoring. Kanina sa first quarter, neither team scored 20 points. Low scoring, pabor yun sa Alaska. But now the game has picked up offensively. That's the game of talking text. And big three-pointer coming from Jimmy.
Talking text ahead here, 47-45, a minute and 4 remaining before we reach the halftime break. At the half, we will have the Sports 5 Center with Aaron Ataide and Richard Del Rosario. As Jimmy steals the ball, Jimmy on the move. Hand off for Mitchell. Mitchell fires a 3, overshoots this time. Ali Peak offensive rebound. And he will not be denied, but he missed a shot, pero meron siyang 2 free throws.
Offensive rebound galing kay Ali Peak. That weak side rebounding has been big here for Talking Text.
The second foul, 14 fouls for the Aces. 2 free throws for Ali Peak.
Ali Peak with 4 points and 3 rebounds so far.
Substitution. Second calls for Gabby Stevens, Tony De La Cruz, Ivana Antiveros, Aaron Alan for Tony Mitchell.
Tony De La Cruz is back in the ball game. Don Ontiveros and Gabby Espinas are back on the Alaska bench. As Sonny clears the rebound. Under a minute remaining dito sa second quarter. And the Aces are still down by 3 points. Here's JV. Locates Sonny. Sonny, 15-footer. McKinnis with a rebound. Putback is good. He's just really strong underneath.
Well, kung kumukuha ng puntos, si Mitchell sa labas. Ito naman si Makinis, kumukuha ng puntos sa loob. And while Mitchell is getting 3-pointers, ito naman si Makinis, nakaka 3-point play.
3-point play.
So, they're canceling each other out, although now, nakakalabang na si Makinis in terms of points. Got 26, make that 27.
And we're just in the first half.
Right, and Mitchell has 21.
Great scoring duel here between two very different imports.
Extremely difficult and different. And si Makinis is not guarding Mitchell on one side of the floor. But sa kabila naman, it's import. Sometimes it's import versus import. So depending kung sino nakakawala, who can get the matchup difference.
So we're all tied up at 48. 23 seconds remaining. And while we've gotten splendid performances from both imports, yung mga locals, Kinito, parang wala pa local from either side, with an outstanding performance as of the moment.
That's true, and I think the locals are going to decide this game because if the imports balance each other out, kung sinong mas maraming puntos galing sa locals and good effort coming from the locals, yun naman nanalo dito. And so far among the locals, if we're talking Texas, Sean Anthony showing the way with 8 points. At Alaska naman with 5 points apiece, si Gabby at saka si Don Don.
10 seconds remaining before the end of the second period. Jimmy, 4 seconds to go. Castro on the move. Castro!
Oh, yes. Will they count it?
No, it doesn't count. No, it doesn't count.
Pumito na yung referee before the release.
1 second to go. Larry fires. And that ends the first half. Both teams all tied up at 48. Rocket Tex led by as many as 5. Alaska led by as many as 6. But at the end of the first 2 quarters, we're all tied up at 48. These two teams likewise tied up in the team standings. Pareho silang 2 wins and 2 losses. Tony Mitchell so far leading the